Hey everybody, Brian Von Vier here. The last time we talked about jokative characters, or characters that were complete nonsensical, becoming powerhouses, we had a pretty good response to that. And me, personally, I actually had a lot of people message me asking me about the entire concept of it, and I've had, let's just say, hours and hours of discussions of that over on my Twitch. But that being said, we are finally prepared to give you the sequel. What joke character has become a total powerhouse? Part 2. If you have a story to share with us, you can do so in the comments below or over there on our subreddit r/MrRipper. Everyone thought that the Kenku druid was an idiot. He talked like a parrot, even going so far as to dye some of his feathers. He only wild-shaped into monkeys and an octopus that one time at sea. Everyone made fun of him behind his back, making tentacle jokes at his expense. Everyone thought the foolish Kenku was as good as dead as he shifted into his monkey form and climbed the tower full of the dangerous pirate organization known as the River Dukes all alone. Little did they know, they underestimated the wrath that nature brought. There were suddenly cries of anguish, bandits being thrown out windows, the sounds of chaos erupted. The party jumped to action, unsure of what was happening to their Kenku friend. They fought to the second floor of the tower, where they were met with a grisly sight. 8 pirates laying in a puddle of some unknown black substance. Signs of destruction everywhere, broken tables, torn banners, and black gunk everywhere. The party heard panicking from the floor above. Fearing for their friend's safety, they rushed to the next floor where they saw the strangest sight. A giant octopus strangling 2 pirates while pinning down a third under its own body. Guys, giant octopi are a stupidly overpowered form for moon druids. My party quickly shut up about all the jokes and stuff after that encounter, even naming my character the captain of the ship. After we obtain one, of course. Let's talk about them for a moment. Firstly, 10 feet land movement speed and limited amphibious that allowed me to hold my breath for up to an hour. This immediately gave me a form that I could use on land, so long as I didn't try to enter the water until level 4 and gain swim speed to wild shape. DM ruled I could still shift into forms I don't meet the level for, so long as I don't use the movement speed. Okay, that's kind of a good fair balance. Alone, that doesn't sound too good, but paired with Long Strider spell, that worked pretty well. Secondly, a +5 to hit. That would be 2d6 plus 3 damage at a 15-foot range tentacle attack. That is insane. And paired it up with the Sentinel feat, I could easily lock down any target while preventing them from reaching me. What's more, if I hit with the attack, the target must immediately make a DC 16 grapple save or be immediately grappled, which allowed my allies to get advantage. Either way, the enemy isn't moving any more that turn. Thirdly, it's HP. On average, it has 52 hit points. Sure, it has an 11 AC, but with the Moon Druid's combat wild shape ability, capable of converting spell slots into HP, this 52 HP is more than enough to shrug off most things at early levels. Considering the second highest HP total you can get for that CR or combat rating is a giant hyena at 45 average HP, it serves as an excellent tank who can grab the attention of his enemies, or in this case, quite literally grab them. Speaking about combat rating, you may think that this creature, this absolute mad design of the world, would be a dangerous creature, one that surely would bring the end to an unprepared party. You would be right, of course, but wizards of the coast thought otherwise. This beast, this tank, is a CR1 creature, meaning that Circle of the Moon Druids can theoretically shapeshift into them at level 3 or level 4, at the latest if your DM is a stickler for the Druid's swim speed limitation. Again, you can get past the giant octopuses or octopi's biggest downside by casting Long Strider on yourself anytime within the hour before to effectively double your speed. As a bonus, You can use the summon creature spell to summon 2 of these at once, meaning 3 of these tanks could be on the field, prompting grapple checks against foes to help lock them down and cause chaos. Seriously, do not underestimate the power of the tentacle. There is a hentai joke there, but we are not going that far. That character is a player character for a player on hiatus from my campaign, due to university stuff, of course. Steinberg Steel Trot. Why did I think of that one character Steiner from Final Fantasy IX all of a sudden? A little backstory. Stein is a Minotaur armorer artificer, Oath of Glory paladin, who started his life as a mechanical bull before a dwarven artificer made it into a Minotaur on a dare, as most great characters are. Stein is also the one who, in a training match, completely trashed the tiefling 4 elements monk moon druid, Arrakis Goldfall Jr. Stein is also the one who figured out how to deal with the awakened Oozeblex. I believe that's how you pronounce it, Oozeblex. Long enough to draw out the person they were guarding who was trying to evade capture. Long live that badass Minotaur. Made on a dare by a drunken dwarf, probably. I had a friend who played a min-maxed fighter goblin named Ritt. That he once confided in me he'd meant to be a meme character doomed to die in just a session or 2. Thing is, Ritt was downright unkillable. He had maxed out strength and constitution scores with decent dexterity, balanced out with 0 charisma or wisdom and a 3 in intelligence, so he wouldn't be, "Hey, Brendan, woo!" Ritt threw himself head first into battle just about every chance he could, against enemies that should have squashed him flat. He'd eat bits of fallen foes or just random stuff on the ground because he thought the dirt looked especially sparkly. Hardly a session went by where Ritt wasn't immediately poisoned or injured from my friend trying to get rid of the monster he'd created. And yet, no matter what, Ritt couldn't die. He couldn't die. Pet Cemetery. He's unkillable. Monsters just couldn't seem to succeed on attack rolls against him. He did so much damage that they didn't get much time to try. And with Ritt's constitution score being what it was, within just a few levels, he had HP in the triple digits, while the bard I was playing barely scratched 40. Eventually, my friend accepted that Ritt was simply too powerful this world and began using him as a shield for the rest of us, while mostly avoiding combat with the explanation that Ritt thought his axe only worked if he had less than half his health. Holy crap, you basically made a walking, talking Big Chungus, and I'm super proud of you. Easily. Donkey from Shrek. Oh god, this is happening. He can do massive damage, but he has to roll a DC 8 wisdom save to enter the fight. Huh? I solidified it was Donkey when they were in the Colosseum and Caligula sent a wormling to attack the party. Allow me to give this a little spin and invigorate the listeners here. I imagine the fight was going down a little bit like this. Yo, man, what are we doing here in this Coliseum? What wormling? What is that? Does it look cute? Hey there, hi, mama. I tried. I really tried. So, originally not meant to be a joke character, my DM is running a Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign, which, if anyone has ever played, is one of the tougher campaign modules, especially starting at level 1. So our DM gave us a guide. Also, spoilers for Rime of the Frost Maiden if anyone is actually out there interested in that campaign. Denth was a simple human fighter, a DM PC who was meant to die in the first session as our guide to set the tone for the campaign. No questions asked. Well, we pulled off some good rolls to save him. Now my DM was fine with this. He believes in a fluid story, but he was still meant to die. Denth had other plans. We swear the dice god and RNGesus gave him a will to fucking live. Live, damn you, live! Our DM started rolling for him out in the open after session 2 because of how the gods damned lucky this single NPC was. It did not help that the rest of the party were completely chaotic without even trying. As an example, we may have summoned a whale in Diogen's hole onto a house with a potted plant inside the whale. None of us are druids or wizards, and we were only level 2. Don't ask. I'm gonna fucking ask. Don't you tell me what not to do. What happened? How? So, after we reached level 4, the DM just gave up on killing him. So, during Denth's speech about retiring, a few of us made comments in character about him being blessed by the gods, to which Denth jokingly made a "Praise the Everlight" reference. We all looked to our DM out of character with shit-eating grins. Alright, fine, but I'm rolling a percentile dice with disadvantage because he's joking and only on a 100. We had to take a 10-minute break to stop laughing as my DM rolled 100 on percentile dice twice in a row. The poor DM was both crying and laughing as he described this scene. Suddenly, a shining light interrupted the party's toasts at Denth's words, engulfing him and granting him power. Denth, the DM in character, shouted, "No, no, no! All I want is to retire and get away from you loons!" I'm dying. He still did. It's just that now he is a level 6 cleric of light instead of a fighter. What a way to go, Denth. We are playing a custom setting of goth fantasy. One of my fellow players decided that he is going to be a Jewish guy that is also a scribe. Basically, in the beginning, he would only follow the rest of the party with his circumcision knife trying to perform... I don't know if I like this. Well, you know. Few levels in, he maxed out his speed, so each location we went into, he was the first one to loot it. After some time, this guy who was starting out as just a meme is one of our main damage characters. He has his ability to construct war machines and has almost impenetrable armor. Good thing is that he no longer is so fast because of the armor. Yeah, it would obviously slow him down a little bit. Also, I forgot to add, we also have this NPC, which is a DMPC, that is some kind of a god being trapped in the body and mind of a teenager. Yep, she treats him like her father. Hey everybody, Brian Von VA here, back at it again, checking in after the vid. Make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and to ring that bell. Why? Because Denth demands it. Denth is not going to retire. All of you are going to subscribe and like the video right now so Denth doesn't retire. And if you do, then Denth comes out of retirement and blesses all of us with his furiously fucking lucky rolls. That being said, if you have a story to submit to us, maybe it's a joke character that became a powerhouse or awesome in some way, maybe it's something totally different, you can do so in the comments below or on our subreddit r/MrRipper. If you want to come say hi to me, Brian Von VA, the narrator of this crazy train, then you can come do so on my Twitch, Brian Von VA at Twitch. You can just basically look in the description. I have a website. Find all my socials on there. Learn all about me. Come say hi. I love all of you and want to say hi to all of you too. That being said, on that note, I'm going to end this with something positive as per usual. A lot of people have a stigma that joke characters are not cool, not fun, not easy to play. Well, it takes a lot of work to make a joke character functionable. It takes a lot of work for a joke character to be, well, not just some cheesy one-off thing. And in the words of, I suppose, George Carlin, the most important thing here is context. Context. You can have the doofiest, stupidest, dumbest character that makes no sense, but if you can do one thing, roleplay in character, that character will go miles. It can go wherever you want it to go. As long as you're not a detriment to the party or to the game itself, which, you know, don't be a detriment. Just be funny. Everyone can be a Krillin, you know what I mean? That being said, I love you all. Please stay safe, happy, and healthy, and I will see you next time. Bye for now.